What is up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today, excited because we are going to be attempting to take down the great goblin city of Rural Gaziks. So, picking up a little bit after where we left off last time, we took out this goblin fortress, gave ourselves another impaler. Pretty easy, about 20 goblins in there. As I was sitting here repairing and healing for the upcoming fight, some dire wolves ran up on me, and I was able to kill them and get a couple pelts. Let's see, 4 of those, which will go nicely with our thick white fur and let us get some armor attachments next time we're at the taxidermist. Okay, what else? I went ahead and gave Isaac the goblin ears, or the goblin trophy, which is going to give him immunity to being rooted or grasped by vines this battle, which is going to be huge. We're going to need him to disrupt a lot of what the ambushers and shamans are going to be trying to do. Our front lines, shields, backline archers. Kata has a bit of an injury here, but it's only to the amount of damage that he inflicts. It's not terrible. His melee weapon does so much damage that doesn't matter anyway, and his warbow also is pretty solid. So, it's going to be a tough fight, and we'll get into why as the battle starts. But wish me luck, guys. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I'm going to try and read the event. Alright. You return to the city, but the stranger you met earlier is nowhere to be seen. However, what is seen is an enormous contingent of goblin forces marching out of their city. They're in lockstep and chittering loudly. Their leaders sit atop saddled wolves with their war banners tilting side to side as though it were a fleet set to sea. Goblin families stand perched at the gates. They're throwing handfuls of bones upon the marchers, and sometimes you see a dog or human limb get tossed down, and whichever goblin catches it holds it up like a trophy, and the surrounding troop cheers. It takes a full hour for the army to pass, at which time the goblins at the gates recede back into the city, and a few guards mill about. There's still plenty yet to put up a good fight, but not enough to handle the Jarls of Jorvik. Let's prepare the attack. So, we could really use someone like Goblin Slayer here, helping us in this fight. That whole scene kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. I think it's Return of the King, where Sam and Frodo are on the secret stairs and they're watching all the orcs march out of the Witch King's citadel. Anyway, pretty cool scene. So what do we have here? Lots of ambushers, no surprise, a plethora of skirmishers, a few overseers and a few shamans, as well as many goblin wolf riders. So we're fighting on snowy mountainous terrain. That's absolutely the worst terrain in the game. Wish us luck. We're going to need good terrain or else we just simply can't win. And I hate to put the pessimism on us at that point. This is not bad. This is not bad terrain. I've done this fight many a time in the past where the game puts you at the bottom of a fishbowl. Basically the exact inverted battlefield we're looking at here, where the game puts us in a sunken depression, whereas the goblins are like 4 or 5 tiers higher, all the way around us. And because there's 43 of these guys, they are wrapped around us already. So some of our brothers are already going to be vulnerable to this ranged ambusher fire. We're not going to be able to move from this position very well. It hasn't happened yet. The first thing the goblins do is they send in the wolf riders. The wolf riders have high initiative, high movement, and they shut us down, right? Fritz can't move. Sir Lancel can't move. The next thing that's going to happen is that all of the shamans who can reach us, apparently that guy cannot, are going to tie us down with their roots. So what I'm looking for right now is good shots. See some 32s, that's not what I'm looking for. 46s would be better. And I think I'm going to take these. For the most part, I think we're just going to have to suck it up and be rooted. But we're going to want to get, like these two guys, Wonton and Hans, they need to get up on this high ground. And we need to advance when we can in such a way that also protects our backliners from their ambusher fire. So let's free our allies. Really just Hans, I think, is the only one that's worth it at the moment. Yeah, I risked it for a 22% shot. Probably not the best. And yeah, without Pathfinder, we're going to have a hard time. If we hit this guy, we kill him. Yes. 41, 77. It's hard to pass up these big 70s. But we got to kill those guys twice, so it's not that appetizing. I would love to get rid of this skirmisher. Give us a little bit better shots on the ambushers. Thank you, Ragnar. Thank you. You blessed boy. Step in here for the big kill. We'll use adrenaline for the first turn. If I could step in between these guys, I would. Instead, I think I'm just going to step up here. And I'm going to step over here to try and cover Leisure Side from the top. Wonton, I think, is going to have to get himself out of those wrappings. Can I get a kill? 42. Damn right. 41. Best shot is definitely this one, but I think we can kill him with a stray arrow. We could go for the shaman, but I think if we can just take care of most of the ambushers, like this, Jesus, that's 5 dead already. Is that 4 ambushers? That's huge. I kind of don't want to move, Jotnar. That'll leave us a bit exposed. And I'm a little bit too high up to do that, so I think I'm just going to shield wall here. Come on, buddy. Perfect. So now we've got a little bit better ground to work with. Alright, at least we hit him once, he's bleeding. The goblins on this side are going to be pretty ineffective. They're going to have to climb this hill if they want to get to us. So if we focus down the ambushers on this side, by the time we finish with them, these guys will start to become a problem. My biggest worry right now is for Zach. He's rooted, which means he's vulnerable to ranged fire. We can take a look at Trapped in Vines, the debuff. It lowers our melee defense, range defense, and initiative. So no good. Zach needs to get at least here, tucked in behind. And turn. See if there's any last minute smart moves I can make. I don't think so. I'd really love to move forward here, but I don't want to leave anyone exposed. Expect it to have to fight someone in melee. If we step here, we can get a line shot. That was beautiful. And you saw the shockwave that sent down their morale. So here they go. They're going to shoot into Kata. They're going to shoot into Zach. Wouldn't be surprised to see him shoot into Isaac either. Thankfully, we killed 4 of their ambushers before this even started. So that's a lot less missile pressure. But the bolas, I guess, will start raining in. Okay. Ow. Don't worry, Zach. We'll protect you in a second. We just got to get them out of these roots. Bone plating eating that one for us. And that's awful. Swarm of insects plus being netted, plus they can even root us, is going to mean his like defenses are 0. His chances of hitting people are 0. Okay. The last thing we want is for an overseer to shoot Zach here. And those insect swarms are pretty horrible. Where can we shoot in? Some 30s. I don't really like that. 64s. Okay, I went for this because it was, I thought, a sure thing. You shoot into the crowd. Okay, and if they're just going to ignore Isaac, we need to make sure they can't do that. .41, 64. Let's get that kill. And we can break free here. And we're not going to move because we need him here to protect. We'll wait. Perfect. And look how many of them are scared now. Alright, that was like worst case scenario. Well, worst case scenario is that he wouldn't be able to get out of there at all. So I guess we should just be happy he escaped. I'm going to step in here. I kind of hope they target Ragnar now over Zach. And I think they will. Getting the chance to freely tie down a skirmisher as he attempts to run away is a pretty big deal. Let's break out of that net. The thing is, if I don't use adrenaline, they're just going to net me at the beginning of the turn. So I'd rather use adrenaline, even if I can't do anything, because I'm going to have to step up, right? So I'll step up into here, where a lot of them are routing, into a bit of a surround. The ones that try to run away, I'll be able to get the kill. Do the same thing here. Break free. I'm going to step in an adrenaline there. Like I said, if they target these guys instead of Zach now, I'll be happy. Okay, the idea here was to get this guy at least routing. So now when they all start to run, we are good to go. We can step back in here, which I'm going to do, because the plan was to step in here. Yeah, there we go. We put ourselves in a slightly dangerous position with Svarog, but his whole job here is going to be to tank, to take damage for us. Yeah, poor Zach. Hopefully no wolves can get to him, tie him down, anything like that. Still hitting him. Getting netted there with Svarog was pretty rough. Oh no, they're piercing him. Okay, knocked him onto the high ground at least, but he's got no more armor. I think we have to kill these guys, or else Zach is going to be dead. Can't do anything, we're too damn hurt. Alright, that sucked. Sucked pretty bad. Gotta get the wolf off of him though. Free our ally. Could reload our crossbow. No, we can't. Could have sworn it was only 4 action points, but I guess I was wrong. So a lot of the goblins who wanted to run a minute ago no longer want to, thanks to the overseers. This is horrible. We did knowingly step into a surround, but at the time, most of them were running. That's what we need, more kills. Ugh, 56 HP is all that stands between Zach and death. He's got nimble, so his HP counts for a little bit more than most. But they're just gonna move in, shoot us point blank. Like that. Alright, and poison on him is pretty awful. We're kind of lucky that's the first iteration of poison we've seen. Is that an injury? Cut arm sinew. It's not looking good for some of our heroes here. That hurt. They're bypassing his armor with these daggers. And now we're rooted at the bottom of this hill. Damn it. We've only killed 12 of them. If we could have killed him, that would have been great. Out of ammo. Alright, that's a little bit of help for Zach. We missed again. Damn it. Get the kill, dog. Come on. Wasted way too many attacks on that one wolf pup. poisoned. We're able to break free, but it takes our entire turn. We got to get out of this net. Look at the debuffs it's giving us. It's awful. If we could land a kill, that would be great. It would also give us... Man, look at our melee defense, melee skill. It would give us reach advantage. Damn. With these injuries, Svarog is as good as dead. And Zack somehow survives with 1 HP. Trying to think if there was anything I could have done differently this battle. Obviously, I probably would not have stepped up with Svarog. What I was trying to do was push what I saw as like a chain route situation. That we were going to be able to kill a few more of them, cause a mass rout. But really, all they did was the Overseers rallied everyone who was routing. Then they netted him, and then they surrounded him and started shanking him. And because everyone else is in such trouble, we're not really able to help him at all. Zack's going down. We'll fight this one out. And we'll do this fight as many times as it takes to get it right. This wasn't ideal terrain, but it wasn't the worst either. Yeah, down goes Svarog. If we lose 1 or 2 more brothers, we'll just restart. And this whole episode will just be dedicated to us trying to figure this fight. I mean, the biggest thing, you got to get consistent kills. You see how we're like sending shivers down their spines? That's what you have to do. Repeatedly. And if you're not able to just stack kill on top of kill, they're going to find their nerve again. Trying to get any kill I can. But even stepping in here, I mean, we're stepping into some pretty dangerous stuff. We got nothing left. Still have 26 of them. Yeah, we weren't murdering them at a fast enough rate. Normally in these types of battles, great swords do amazing because we're able to do like those line shots, AoE swings, but they're not coming in those types of numbers. We could have kept Svarog all the way back. Yeah, guys, just to save time, let's just reload. And we'll take another swing at it. For those of you who don't know, maybe you don't play Battle Brothers yourself, these types of battles are extremely difficult. This is a boss battle. This is an in-game battle. To be expected to do it on your first try is kind of ridiculous. We've also got the Black Monolith, which is going to be, you know, I can't even tell you. I might have tried 20 times before I got it on the last playthrough, and then we still lost brothers. The Witch's Hut can go terribly wrong for you. And there's also a Kraken battle to consider. I think we lost a brother in that last time. We're reloaded. We're good to go. I don't think I need to change the formation. Honestly, I wish Sir Muldoon and Skeeb, especially Skeeb, were a bit higher level. Because I might consider just doing something like this. And just completely encasing us in kite shields. But I think Skeeb just has a little bit too low a fatigue for this type of battle. We could take his javelins off. Just do something like that. But yeah, I think we're going to just stick with the sheer tankiness. Sir Muldoon, though, is not a bad pick. But if he's going to spend his entire battle, you know, unwrapping himself from vines, it's going to be harsh. Let's try again and see what kind of terrain we get this time. I'm not trying to cheese the game for like optimal terrain, but this is pretty horrible as well. So basically, I mean, we're going to get rooted to the bottom of a hill where they can just, you know, free will just pick us apart. Our best bet here is almost to back up instead of trying to push forward. But we're not going to be able to move at all because we're going to get rooted and pinned in place by the Wolf Riders. But we'll fight because you never know. And we'll see how it goes. So, and just like in the last playthrough, sometimes I would do a whole episode where I attempted it. And you guys got to see kind of the real difficulty behind these maps and these types of fights. And I think that's important. If you're going to play Battle Brothers yourselves, you need to be aware of just how difficult of a game it is. That was great. So that when you play it, I mean, a lot of people start this game, they run across their first couple hard fights and then they quit. This game is about learning from your mistakes and trying to adjust your strategies and do different things. Do we go for this Goblin? It's tempting to go for those 25s. We may have just wanted to use Zac to free up our front line. But I almost don't like any world where we move apart from our front line at all. We can take an aim shot here, 47%, we hit him. The worst thing that can happen to us is we take 2 turns to break free. Once that happens, we're just like totally screwed. Because on the snowy terrain, we can't do anything after that. There's no more moves for us to make. If this was normal mountainous terrain, we would be in better shape. Because at least when we were on the flat ground, we wouldn't be in the snow. Go for that kill. I mean, I can't complain about us getting, you know, a lot of these ambushers dead on the first round. Especially the ones all in this one direction. If we could kill this one and this one, there'd be no one above us to shoot at us. So that would protect us from this whole angle and we can just focus on the enemies in front of us. Alright, we tried. We're going to use adrenaline here just to get to the top of this high ground. We left a little bit of an opening here by moving Wonton, but they've got to be specifically at this angle to hit us. And that looks like it's only one ambusher. This is all we wanted to do. If we step in one more, we won't be able to do anything. So let's just wait. Come on, shields. They're sitting far enough back that they mostly just have good shots on my brothers with their big shields. And there we go. That's the one ambusher who's got a sight on Ozzy. And they netted our boy Fu. Alright, there goes my bone plating. We got to continue to get kills. That way we continue to rout them. It's going to do two things. Either it'll actually start to rout them, which is great, or it'll cause the overseers, instead of shooting us with the impalers, to spend all their turns trying to rally their troops. Either way, it's a win-win for us. Okay. Okay. Free kill. We're 5 down right now. And Svarog is once again in a rough spot with a net plus the insects. His abilities to hit things right now are pretty damn low. And Wonton Fu is netted as well at the bottom of a hill. We may just want to step him back if we can. See what we can do. That one's fleeing. We almost don't even need to shoot at him, but the thing is, he's going to come back. So I just assume get rid of him now. Let's take an aim shot here. Okay. Who can we kill? 55%. Alright. That sucked. I think we just reload instead of doing anything else. We have to get out of that net. Let's use adrenaline so we can try and get a kill before the turn. Hoping to get lucky. I mean, that's really all there is. Okay, good. Wonton breaks free. 38, get the kill. Damn. Okay, is someone on us? I guess we can't throw because of this guy. I wonder if the vines makes it so that we can't throw. Nope, just him. We of course can't do anything here. Very good. That was awful. We got to get hits because we need reach advantage to give us those defensive buffs. So Svarog was in a lot of trouble, not so much anymore. Wonton is still in a bit of trouble. I would honestly back him down the cliff if I could. Yeah, he can't though. Okay, let's go for it. We can go for a round swing here. He's got a 5% chance. That's awful. Line shot here. Double kill for the big reach advantage. So we're getting plus 10 melee defense. This wears off in 2 more turns. He's still at perfect health. That was nice though. We're clearing out this whole top area. Soon the only enemies we'll have will be right in front of us. Come on, shields, protect us. Good, move backwards and shoot. Perfect. Just say a prayer for Wonton. If he had the fatigue and we weren't moving around in snow, I would just put a shield up for him. But we're going to do our best to support him in this upcoming turn. He's running at least. Something that's happening this battle that wasn't happening last battle is that they're spreading their damage around better. They're not all focusing one person. Alright, Wonton, come on, man. And we're rooted and now inside. Oh my god. Get out of here with that. And Isaac has just been completely ineffective. And they're just landing everything. No misses for them. But that's kind of just what they do. We can take an aim shot here and try and get the kill. I'm happy with that. And if we would have got that kill as well, that would have been great. But we've got brothers that need help. Come on, Isaac, man. Alright, that helps Wonton a little bit. Got a 64 down here, I don't hate that. I don't really want him jumping in on me. Let's try and free Fritz. We've got a free Wonton. And then free ourselves. Okay. They're fleeing. I should have just stepped down. Damn it. I didn't even think about it. They have no zone of control right now. Wow, an Overseer is running. That's great for us. We're going to hope to pick up some of these kills as they try and flee. But I have no doubt the Overseers will attempt to rally them. Let's, who's hurt? I think he is. I think that's Kata. Yeah, Kata's hurt. Let's get him out of those vines so that he's not as vulnerable to the ranged fire. Still 29 goblins left. Most currently worried about Wonton. We need a little bit of this RNG to stop wrecking us. They have relatively high chances to hit us. I'm happy we put some damage on these Wolf Riders already. Now that he's closed the distance, he's not nearly as scary since he's been softened up. Yep, that's really bad. He rallied the two we most wanted him not to rally. And we are pretty much screwed. Finally, maybe Isaac can get in this game. Okay. And who do we unwrap? Also got more ammo. Alright, let's get up here. If we reload. Okay. We have a real chance of doing it here, which is crazy considering we started this battle where we did, in such poor position. I'm going to step in here. Apparently we're not reloaded yet, so let's go ahead and do this. Should be a kill. And now we can step in to protect ourselves a bit. I can't move at all with Fritz. 5%. Okay. That was a big hit. Happy we managed to land that. Really wish we would have gotten that kill though. Just insects everywhere. If we win this from the bottom of a hill, I'm going to be really surprised. And missing all of those is not surprising because he's got the insects plus the vines. His melee skill is probably in the toilet right now. Come on, Wonton. Damn, shamans. Oh, wow. You want to come in? See if we can get him. If we can tie him down in a melee fight. Zack and Wonton are both in serious trouble. That hurt. Nimble is probably what saved him there. 38. Let's get that kill. If there's a chance we can move in here. Man, I could step up here. Or I could go straight to the back and try and tie them down. Let's try and scare them off. And we're going to need to free our allies. Man, we can't reach so many people. Crossbow. Crossbow reload. I'm going for this because I don't want him to come back. Fritz, man, you've just been like a shield this whole game. Come on, doggo. I can't tell if we can get there or not. We can. We need you, Battle Brother. We need you. help us win this. So here's the deal. Their archers are routing. The person in the most trouble is definitely Zach. I tried to get the vines off of him. We need them to keep running. Don't kill Zach. Don't kill Zach. Or Wonton for that matter. Which is part of the reason why Isaac is running forward. Yeah, and they're just going to get him with bolas. That would be ridiculous. We're just stepping forward kind of to challenge these skirmishers here. Maybe make some room. If we had been able to free Zach, we might have been able to get him out of here. Or in a slightly more advantageous, safe position. But we need to kill this shaman. That might go a long way towards stopping the chain roots. If you can start this battle at the top of the hill with the goblins at the bottom of the hill, it's like a guaranteed win. We weren't able, of course, to do that. Oh no, he's poisoned. Alright, battle brother. Not dead yet, not dead yet. Come on. Damn. We've got to free him. Alright, we smashed him, but he's not dead. And even with an aim shot, we've really got nothing. We needed that to work as well. That would have been great. Okay. And we can't move. The snow is what's doing this to us. Let's get out of here. We're just repeatedly not able to change the status quo. Like that. So, I mean, they get to do all of what they just did over again, and we get kind of screwed. We have to survive another round of that. They're going to rally a lot because we weren't able to get more kills. I regret moving Wonton up. He would have been at the bottom of this hill the whole fight, which isn't great. But he would have at least been within the support of Hans. Hans hasn't done anything this battle. Like, literal nothing. We can switch him back out so that maybe he can take some tosses up here. But here we go. Cross your fingers. Damn it. I knew that was going to happen with him not behind a shield at all. But there was just nowhere. There was nowhere for him to go. We needed him to survive that one turn so that then he could just run away as far as he could. So that was Zach. That's our bannerman. A big problem is that we've got guys like Lancel, Svarog, Isaac, these big tanks who just didn't take any damage this battle and who barely managed to kill anyone. There's Battle Brother dead. And we're getting shield walled by this one goblin here that we just can't. Let's free our ally, give him the best chance to get the kills. Guess I'll take that. We're bleeding now. About to say, now's the time where we just try and get lucky. That was really, really bad. That was our chance to get one of the Shaman off the battlefield. Now he's going to get a hole next turn. Wonton's looking real dead. He's also bleeding. I don't think there's any way we save him. Down goes Wonton. And I think we can win from this position, but at such a loss that it's really not worth it. He's dead. So we'll see what happens at the very least. I had low hopes for this battle when we got in here, sadly, thanks to the terrain. But I think we made a good run of it, considering. Like, the goblins in this battle don't need any of these advantages. Like, they've already got the numbers and the poison and the nets and the roots. Losing our sergeant and our bannerman feels pretty dang bad. Something else that was really helping us the last playthrough, we did have good terrain, I think, that battle. But our brothers were all equipped with Fearsome, which causes people to rout on hits. So whenever we were hitting them, we were really shaking them. But of course, that was also useless versus the Ancient Dead. So, who I think our squad is probably more geared to fight than goblins. Pathfinder would have been a huge help this battle. Like an unbelievably huge help. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely ways you can spec yourself out to fight goblins. But as I've said many times before, you can't plan for every battle. in this game, all you can really do... We'll get that kill. All you can really do is make yourself as kind of general purpose as possible. Man, only at 14%. And I guess we break free. Still missing this guy, this wily shaman. We'll stop Leisure Side from bleeding. That's just the right thing to do. The majority of them are routing in front of us. But we're still stuck at the bottom of this hill and not able to really make the most of it. It's not like we can advance on them as they're routing. Step in. Alright, we finally get that shaman. That probably just saved his life. We can't do anything. This is so awful. So while the results of this battle weren't awful, considering it's an in-game boss type battle, I don't consider this fight a complete success. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on it. I know how much better we can do than this. So my thoughts right now, and I may leave this up to you guys, is to take this episode as a learning episode for the battle. For those of you who've never seen this fight before, now you get to see it. Just like we did in the last season, where we fought the Kraken multiple times. You guys got to experience that with me for the first time. And we took it as a learning episode, and it's something we don't have to feel bad about restarting because it's part of the game. This, I think, we can take as a learning episode. That's where I'm at right now. I would prefer to restart this battle and do it again until we can get it right. And then, of course, it's something that I would get on camera for you guys to see how it was done. But I think we're going to win here. I mean, it's just at what cost? But this is what you can expect if you're going to go into this battle. But honestly, right now, before we win, I think I'm going to call it. This is not the way I want to win this battle, and I think we can do better. And we're going to try and do better. Wonton Fu. Hate to lose both our sergeant and our bannerman in one fight. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think something I've said before too in our other playthroughs is that I'm not getting paid to do this. I do this in a lot of my free time, and sometimes these boss battles especially take up hours of my time. And we could just say it's over. Maybe they both survive. We don't know. That would be a godsend, but I'm not going to cross my fingers on it. I don't do this. I'm just going to say this because I don't think I've said this yet this season, but like I value my time pretty highly. So whenever I spend like 6 or 7 hours doing the Black Monolith or the Kraken fight, for example, or even the fight against the, what are they called, the Ratchetgeist, like those types of battles, whether anyone's watching me or not, it's going to take me a long time to do that. And when I'm trying to constantly record it and restart and do all these different things, it becomes extremely difficult and time consuming. And if I was making big YouTube money, I would have no problems, you know, doing it as many times as it takes to make it like perfect. But I can't afford to do that, and I hope you guys understand. So we're going to say it's over. Let's see what happens. So Wonton survives, but Zack dies. Is that a good enough result? I mean, he's missing an eye, which lowers his vision, which is, once again, a harmless thing for him. But Zack falls. We recover our banner. We recover his armor. And then, of course, we also get the Emperor's Countenance. For those who've never seen that before, that's a big deal. So I'm asking myself now, is this an acceptable loss? Is losing one brother okay? And I have to say it probably is. I can in my free time, and this is, you know, another thing. I can in my free time. I can try and do this flawlessly so we don't lose a brother. And the thing is, if this was just me playing, it wouldn't be as big of a deal. But you know, Zack dies, right? Zack is someone's brother. I don't want him to fall if he doesn't have to. I don't want him to fall if he doesn't have to. But for a boss battle, only losing one brother is acceptable losses. Losing two, honestly, is probably acceptable as well, considering the fact that we started that battle at the bottom of a hill. We have other brothers ready to take their place. I mean, that's the reason they're there. And I think the way this sits now, had we lost two brothers plus Battle Brother, our favorite dog, I would want to restart. I'm interested to hear you guys' opinions in the comment sections. Feel free to let that flow. Just keep the negativity to a minimum. We haven't had much negativity in this playthrough so far, so I'd like to keep that going. I just want to know what you guys think. This is a story-driven, fun-driven playthrough, and I'm still having fun. I think the story has been great, but I think where I'm at right now, just so I'm very clear, I think this is okay. Zack falls. Wonton Fu misses, you know, has his missing eye, but at least he lives, and we need another brother to carry the torch, so to speak, of being our bannerman. Zack's been with us a long time, and I hate to see a subscriber's brother die. But that's part of the game. So, let me go ahead and read this, guys. My voice is kind of going. The Goblin Vanguard vanquished. You march on the city to ransack it. Tiny goblins are slain and scalped or beheaded. More yet scurry around you like ants, each carrying something above their heads, like human skulls or treasures, and one sprints madly about, toting a flagpole with his banner aflame, and another dances with the decapitated head of a wolf. Your men turn over huts and shanties and kick out leaners, and anything found breathing is put to an end. An ancient fortress the goblins used for a city core is set upon with a pillager's eye. You enter the halls yourself, and there find a blind goblin crawling with a wreath of human femurs hanging from its neck. The greenskin chitters and chamfers in your general direction, no doubt sensing your presence, though a pained grimace on its face means it also senses the annihilation of its people. You gut the greenskin and leave it to die on the stone floor. Your mercenaries run on ahead and into a council room full of elders and cut them all down in a murderous frenzy that has limbs flying and fingers scattering and blood shooting up the walls and across the tables. That feels good considering what we've lost. You head outside to the castle yard. Here you find a pile of dead humans, some mutilated, others charged. One stuffed with a torch, as though his rib cage were a brazier. Past the corpses you spot the Wolf Rider kennels. You have wolf cages burned and their trainers thrown in the fires to die with them. One of the wolves breaks free and sprints further into the city with a cape of flame for fur. It runs from abode to abode, barking and howling for relief. You watch as the flames rapidly burn thatched huts and straw-roof shacks. Before you yourself are consumed in the fiery carnage, you order the men back out and watch the whole place burn to the ground. With the savages taken care of, you take inventory of the loot. Who is that? As you count the loot, the stranger who ordained this entire goblin-slaying strategy reappears. You can't even see the color of him, for he is utterly drenched in goblin guts and gore. He's got a few scalps in hands and a pouch that has ears and noses poking out of the top and blood dripping from the bottom. He nods. All is well, traveler. All is well. We did good. You ask him if he set the fire. He nods. Goblins stagger their rear guard in mazes of walls and mines. I shuttered their escapes to hen the population between two walls, closed the way out, closed the way in, and set fire to everything. They perished quickly. I see you fared well. You can keep the loot. I've no use for it. He turns and walks away. You yell out to him, this outrageous warrior, and ask how much he'd want to join the company. This time he turns back. He laughs. Traveler, the joke, comedy, delightful, truly, but my work will not be stalled until every goblin has been destroyed. Fair enough. A man's purpose is his own, but you're curious. You ask how many cities are out there? 23. Oh, sorry, did you ask how many there are in total? 23 I've destroyed, but still in existence there are, 2, 3. I wager 4,000. Good travels, traveler. This time he departs for good. You look back at the Jarls of Jorvik. They are in rare agreement. They wish they hadn't heard any of that. That's few, huh? Yeah. We barely made a dent, or we didn't even make a dent in the existence of goblins. Let's take a look at our brothers. There's a big gaping hole here where Zack used to be. We've managed to get for ourselves what I believe to be the best helmet in the game, the Emperor's Countenance. A golden helmet and face mask showing the visage of an emperor from an age long past, imbued with mystical energies. When you hold it into the light, it almost looks as if the face were moving and making expressions of disgust. We're going to give that to our Thane, and we could pass on his skull cap to someone else. Can't give it to Hans. Perhaps we can give it to Sir Muldoon. That should help him with his fatigue a bit. I like that. That's a nice upgrade for him. And then the clothes flat top has got to be an upgrade. We'll give that to Behemoth to help him with his fatigue. This armor can go to someone else. Probably Kata. He's got incredible fatigue. He could honestly wear great heavier armor if he wants to. Oh man, my voice is really going, guys. That was a tough battle. I don't know who can take the place as our bannerman. John has great resolve. He also has multiple stars, but we want to make him into a rapier using brother. Raynor, I mean, he could. If we start pumping resolve now, we could get him into the 70s easily. Especially if we also give him a necklace. I don't know if that counts, though. Do something like that. Folkier just has straight up better resolve, but he's also brave. But he wanted to be an axeman, so I'm going to try and respect that. We do have an open slot now for a new brother. So Rip Zack will take a second to kind of go over his life and death here. Picked up a level. Anything else I need to organize while I'm here and thinking about it? Guess not. Man, this leaves such a bitter taste in my mouth. Let's look at his obituary. 255 days he was with us. Killed by a goblin ambusher. Not as legendary of a death as Skibo, going down to a lindworm. But 362 kills. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. How you're feeling. I kind of feel like this felt a bit more negative than normal, and I hate that. I hate that feeling. I wanted this to be a, an awesome experience, but I don't know if it's because I'm tired, I'm feeling sick, or what, but losing Zach there feels real bad. While on the road, you come to a small empty hut. Sir Mudun the Logical snoops around inside, you beside him. The both of you with blades out. He shakes his head. Ain't shit here. He looks up and points. Except over there. You look up and see that the ceiling is covered in blood. Not just covered, written over. Unfortunately, the script is hard to read as the crimson words are muddied by mold and termitic erasure. You mouth the visible letters. Don't go inside. We all are doomed. Clearly the work of a madman. That's concerning. Yeah. We can make our way back to Ratterstad to turn in our quest. But I think that's going to be just about it for me today, guys. I'm kind of exhausted. I hope y'all understand. Like I said, I'm interested in seeing what you guys think in the comment section. This playthrough is kind of for all of us. I've beaten this game quite a few times now, and this experience is as much yours as it is mine. So I want you to have a voice in saying what we do. I could just as easily stop right here, reload the game, do the fight again if that's what y'all want. If not, I'm happy to continue forward with our losses being what they are, and move forward, probably to take on the Witch's Hut in an upcoming battle. So guys, once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Goodtalk Gaming. Thank you so much for watching and sticking with me for today's episode. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Take care, y'all.